Hello and welcome to Austin Acts, a virtual stage talent competition. My name is Andy Burkowski. I'm the artistic director and general manager of the City Theater here in Austin, Texas. Back in June, as everything began to happen and our world turned upside down, we created Austin Acts as a way of keeping local actors in motion, keeping them involved in theater performance in some way. The rules are simple. No matter where you are, simply submit a 5-minute recorded acting performance, get ranked by experienced judges, move then up to the next levels, ultimately getting to the final event. So here we are. 60 competitors later, our 8 finalists are giving you the 3 performances that got them to the top spot. If you appreciate what you see here, please consider giving some support to City Theater. There's information on our website about doing that. Always, thank you so much for putting a little theater in your life. So, turn off those cell phones, sit back and enjoy as City Theater presents to you Austin Acts, a virtual stage talent competition.
Hi, I'm Andrew C. Fisher, and I live in Austin. I'm gonna be doing a piece from The Glass Menagerie. I'm going to opium dens. Yes, opium dens. Dens of vice and criminals hangouts, mother. I've joined the Hogan gang. I'm a hired assassin. I carry a Tommy gun in a violin case. I run a string of cat houses in a valley. They call me Killer Wingfield. I'm leading a double life. A simple, honest warehouse worker by day, by night. A dynamic czar of the underworld, mother. I go to gambling casinos. I spin away fortunes at the roulette table. I wear a patch over one eye, and sometimes I put on green whiskers. On those occasions, they call me El Diablo. Oh, I could tell you things that would make you sleepless. My enemies plan to dynamite this place. They're going to blow us all sky high one night. I'll be glad, very happy. And so will you. You'll go up on a broomstick of a blue mountain with 17 gentlemen callers, you ugly, babbling old witch!
Hi, I'm Austin Hanna from Austin, Texas, reading Satan's Book 9 soliloquy from Paradise Lost. Oh, earth, how like to heaven, if not preferred more justly, seat worthier of gods, as built with second thoughts, reforming what was old, for what god, after better, worse would build? Terrestrial heaven. Danced round with other heavens that shine, yet bear their bright officious lamps, light above light, for thee alone, as seems, in thee concentring all their precious beams of sacred influence. As God in heaven is center, yet extends to all, so thou, centering, receivest from all those orbs. In thee, not in themselves, all their known virtue appears, productive in herb, plant, and nobler birth of creatures animate with gradual life, of growth, sense, reason, all summed up in man. With what delight could I have walked thee round, if I could joy in aught? Sweet interchange of hill and valley, rivers, woods, and plains, now land, now sea, and shores with forest crowned, rocks, dens, and caves. But I in none of these find place or refuge, and the more I see pleasures about me, so much more I feel torment within me, as from the hateful siege of contraries, all good to me becomes bane. And in heaven much worse would be my state. But neither here seek I, no, nor in heaven to dwell, unless by mastering heaven's supreme, nor hope to be myself less miserable by what I seek, but others to make such as I, though thereby worse to me redound. For only in destroying I find ease to my relentless thoughts, and him destroyed, or one to what may work his utter loss, for whom all this was made, all this will soon follow, as to him linked in weal or woe. In woe, then, that destruction wide may range, to me shall be the glory sole among th' infernal powers, and one day to have marred what he almighty styled 6 nights and days continued making, and who knows how long before had been contriving, though perhaps not longer than since I, in one night, freed from servitude inglorious, well-nigh half th' angelic name, and thinner left the throng of his adorers. He, to be avenged, and to repair his numbers thus impaired, whether such virtue, spent of old, now failed more angels to create, if they at least are his created, or, to spite us more, determined to advance into our room a creature formed of earth, and him endow, exalted from so base original, with heavenly spoils, our spoils. What he decreed, he effected. Man he made, and for him built magnificent this world, and earth his seat, him Lord pronounced, and oh, indignity! Subjected to his service, angel wings and flaming ministers to watch and tend their earthy charge. Of these the vigilance I dread, and to elude, thus wrapped in mist of midnight vapor, glide obscure, and pry through every bush and brake, where hap may find the serpent, sleeping, in whose mazy folds to hide me and the dark intent I bring. Ugh! Foul descent! That I, who erst contended with gods to sit the highest, am now constrained into a beast, and mixed with bestial slime, this essence to incarnate and imbrute that to the height of deity aspired. But what will not ambition and revenge descend to? Who aspires must down as low as high he soared, obnoxious first or last to basest things. Revenge, at first though sweet, bitter ere long, back on itself recoils. Let it. I reck not, so it light well aimed, since higher I fall short on him who next provokes my envy, this new favorite of heaven, this man of clay, son of despite, whom us the more to spite, his maker raised from dust. Spite then with spite is best repaid.
Hello, my name is Bonnie Lambert. I'm from Round Rock, and I will be performing selections from Angels in America. People who are lonely, people left alone, sit talking nonsense to the air, imagining beautiful systems dying, old fixed orders spiraling apart. When you look at the ozone from the outside, from a spaceship, it looks like a pale blue halo, a gentle shimmering areole encircling the atmosphere, encircling the Earth. 30 miles above our heads, a thin layer of 3-atom oxygen molecules, product of photosynthesis, which explains the fuzzy vegetable preference for visible light. It's rejection of darker rays and emanations. Danger from without. It's a kind of gift from God, the crowning touch to the creation of the world. Guardian angels, hands linked, make a spherical net, a blue-green nesting orb, a shell of safety for life itself. But everywhere, things are collapsing. Lies surfacing, systems of defense giving way. And this is why, Joe, this is why I shouldn't be left alone. I like to go traveling. Leave you behind to worry. I'll send postcards with strange stamps and tantalizing messages on the back. Later, maybe. Nevermore. Night flight to San Francisco. Chase the moon across America. God, it's been years since I was on a plane. When we reach 35,000 feet, we'll have hit the tropopause, the great belt of calm air. Closest I'll ever get to the ozone. I dreamed we were there. The plane leapt the tropopause, the safe air, and achieved the outer rim, the ozone, which was ragged and torn, threadbare as old cheesecloth, and that was frightening. But then I saw something that only I could see, because of my astonishing ability to see such things. Souls were rising from the earth below. Souls of the dead, of people who had perished from famine, from war, from the plague. And they floated up like skydivers in reverse, limbs all akimbo, wheeling and spinning. And then the souls of the departed joined hands, clasped ankles, and formed a net, a great web of souls. And the souls were 3-atom oxygen molecules of the stuff of ozone. And the outer rim absorbed them and was repaired. Nothing is lost forever. In this world, there is a kind of painful progress, longing for what we've left behind, and dreaming ahead. At least I think that's so.
My name is Jessica Brynn Cohen. I live in Austin, Texas, and I will be doing 2 monologues, one comedic and one dramatic, and one song on the ukulele. This first monologue I'm doing is a comedy from Jerry Finnegan's Sister. Is this not far out? You've elected me president! Can you believe it? Well, of course you can't believe it. I mean, you did it. This is so great. I mean, I've never been president of anything before. Although I have gone out with a ton of presidents, but being president is like so much better than going out with presidents. It means I'm no longer what's her face. You know, like, oh, there's the president of the drama club, and what's her face? Okay, that's over. From now on, I am the president, and I go out with what's his face. Oh, this is gonna look incredible on my resume. Now, God, maybe I can get into up with people. You know, I've never been in charge of anything before, and now I'm in charge of all of you. Can you believe it? Okay, well, this is great, and I don't want you to think that my administration will lack substance, okay? I am here to tell you that it's going to have substance up the gourd. So if there's anything substantial you want me to do, just give me a buzz, because I'm your president. Can you believe it? This next monologue is a dramatic monologue from Diary of Anne Frank. Oh, Pim, what horrible wasn't I? The worst of it is I can stand and look at myself doing it and know it's cruel, and yet I can't stop doing it. What's the matter with me? Tell me. Don't say it's just a phase. Help me. I'm trying. Really, I am. Every night before I go to sleep, I think over about all the things I did that day that were wrong. Like putting the wet mop in Mr. Dussel's bed. Sitting down with Mother. I tell myself that was wrong. Okay, I make up my mind. I'm never going to do that again. Never. Of course, I may just do something worse, but at least I'll never do that again. I have a nicer side, Father. Sweeter, nicer side, but I'm scared to show it. Afraid that people are going to laugh at me if I'm serious. So the mean Ann comes to the outside and the good Ann stays on the inside, and I keep trying to switch them around and have the good Ann on the outside and the bad Ann inside and just be what I'd like to be. Finally, I will be doing a song by Adele called Someone Like You. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, oh babe. I don't remember you say. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Jill Klopp, and I'm 5'5", and I'm based in Austin.
Look, flowers. Thanks, Lilybug. I didn't think you'd come.
Like I'd miss my baby girl's graduation. I'm proud of you. I know I don't say that as much as I should.
Thanks.
Both you girls. Well, best thing I'll ever do. Here, I got you something. You used to lose your mind over snow globes. You couldn't get enough of them. And one time you asked me how come the snow didn't melt. Thought it was magic.
I was like 7.
Well, one year at the Walmart at Christmas, remember you shook up 100 of them, and I never thought I'd get you out of the store. And see, this one's got a rainbow in it. Well, anyway, that's just something little to mark the occasion or whatever.
It really was nice of you, Mom. What is it?
Oh, it's nothing.
Why are you looking at me weird?
You got $20. My car, it's in the shop again. It's something about the starter, and you know how Hank's truck guzzles gas.
That's all I got.
Really? What about all that back pay they owe you at the store?
I can't make them pay me, Mom.
Hey, y'all, okay. Well, I'm proud of you, kid. Come on, Lily, time to go.
Mom, have you seen my stuff from Pine State? Mom?
What stuff?
Everything. Information packet, course offerings, payment forms.
Payment forms. Ain't accountants supposed to teach you how to save money?
It was all sitting right there on the counter.
Your sister was making a mess of drawings up there yesterday. Maybe it got put away with her stuff. My name is Meredith O'Brien, and I'm from Austin, Texas.
and I am going to do a scene from Rain Falls Special on Me by Lane Michael Stanley. I'm thinking about the way light hits. And I'm thinking, when the sun is setting or rising and it's coming in sideways, it hits the same way on a beach or a forest or a dumpster in an alley. And when we get housed up, I don't know. Maybe it'll come through the window in just the same way, and then it will feel like home. I could leave a window open, maybe, and feel that light coming through and feel that early morning air. Those are the things I'll miss. I remember waking up late mornings and rolling over, and he was there, and we would go into the kitchen and have breakfast with her. Was that out here? No. That can't have been, because here I get up with the sun so I don't get hassled. So that must have been from before. That must have been something from before. Or maybe I had a little kitchen island in an alley somewhere, and somehow we all worked it out. And we felt that light coming in from whichever direction it came, and we read newspapers and ate toast. But with any light, there's shadow, too, I guess. And I still feel this shadow. It's not that far behind us now, I don't think. And Mikey says the shadow isn't there, and I don't really know. But Roscoe, he said that the shadow's getting closer now. Closer than he was before. And I don't mean to be mistrustful. Maybe the shadow is just here to sell cookies. But I got a feeling that there is something else coming with him. And maybe he's what's on the other side of those beams of sunlight. What do you think, Roscoe? Yeah. Just being paranoid, that's okay. We can deal with that. Yeah, Roscoe knows when we're just seeing things that are tricking our eyes. And now is one of those times. Better leave everything here, though, just in case. Lucky to have a friend to watch it. But safe to move around, go on a nice walk, and watch the sunshine. Watch the sun set. Then we'll see. You spend all this time wondering what's gonna happen to you. And you never know, You never know what's gonna happen. But I know what happens. When all that shit goes down, I know what's on the other side of that. And I can walk into whatever.
Hello? I am Moses Kutz from Austin, Texas, and I will be doing a small speech of Mercutio's from Romeo and Juliet. Then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes are made of long spiders' legs. The cover, the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the colors of the moonshine's watery beams. Her whip of cricket bone, the lash of film. Her wagoner is a small, grey-coated gnat, not half so big as a little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out of mind the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains. And then they dream on love. Or courtiers' knees that dream on curtsy straight, or lawyers' fingers that straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips straight on kisses dream. Which oft the angry mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometime she gallops on her courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. And sometimes comes she with a tie pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose who lies asleep, and then dreams he of another benefice. Sometime she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of healths 5 fathoms deep, and then anon drums in his ear, at which he starts, wakes, and being thus frightened swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very mab that plaits the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf locks in foul sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bodes. This is that hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she. True, I talk of dreams, which are but the children of an idle brain, begot of naught but vain fantasy.
Hi, my name is Zachary Barrett. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I will be performing The Fan from Eric Bogosian's Pounding Nails in the Floor with My Forehead. Hey, man, hey, excuse me. Yeah, I just saw the show, and it was intense. And I wondered if I could ask you a question. Yeah, I've been taking this course on performance from Willem Dafoe. Well, actually from this lady who used to work with Willem Dafoe, and she's been teaching us about breathing and honesty in breathing. And I was watching you tonight, and you breathe so honestly, man. Yeah, and I was wondering, if I could buy you a cup of coffee, man. Just hang out and rap for an hour or two. No, I understand you're busy. That's cool. But I just wanted to let you know that I think your shit's great. I think you're a genius. Me? I make performances like you. Well, not like you, but, like you. It's actually funny, some of the shit you're doing up there. It's almost like you've been to one of my shows and you're, stealing my shit. I know you're not, but I wish you could see what I do, man. I do this one thing where I take this human skull and I cover it all with cheese food till it looks like a real head, and then I grab it and I bite it, and all the skin's like falling off, and the audience gets totally grossed out. Oh, last week, man, you would have loved this. So we went down to the meat market. We got these like pigs, guts, and blood and shit. We filled up these Ziploc bags with them, stuck them under our clothes. So, we're bouncing around, we're doing a show, and like out of nowhere, we pull out these straight edge razors and slice our stomachs right open, and the guts and blood are like falling out, and the chicks are screaming, ah, and I'm slipping in the blood. Yeah, that's what everybody says, My shit's intense, but it's frustrating too, because we play all the time in like these small venues, and we try to get agents and managers and critics to come and see it, and they don't, It's frustrating, But it must be great to play a huge place like this, huh? You must have really had to hustle somebody to get in here. Yeah, you have an agent that set this up for you? Who's your agent? William Morris. Cool. Yeah, man. It's funny you should mention your agent, because I actually have this video of my performance. I can send it to you if you want. Hey, man. Where are you? Why you're like walking away from me like that? Like I'm some kind of asshole or something? Yeah, no. Yeah, I know you got someplace to go. I got someplace to go too, but I'm taking time out to talk with you. I mean, the least you could do is, whoa. Okay, what does that look? No, what does that look? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that you're better than me. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that you're a big deal and I'm not. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something, all right? Just because you get to play like these big places and you get your name in the newspaper and shit doesn't mean that you're better than me, all right? My shit is just as important as your shit, okay? That's what I'm saying, all right? That's what I'm saying. In my mind, like, our shit is equal, yeah? So why won't you show your agent the video? I mean, come on. Did anybody ever give you a chance when you were first starting out? Okay. So this is your agent. And I can, like, call him up and show him the video, and he'll, like, call me in and give me a meeting and shit? So great. Hey, man, thanks. And hey, I really would like you to come see the show sometime. I mean, we're playing this week. I'll put you on the guest list. +1, Bring your agent if you want. It'll be a great show. I ran into Harvey Keitel on the street the other day, so he'll probably be there. And I sent a message to Ryan Gosling. He hasn't responded yet, but he'll probably be there too. So, you never know. You might run into those guys. It would be a pretty good career move for you. Oh, yeah, I gotta go now too. I'm busy too. But hey, I'll give my number to your agent. And if you ever want to talk about anything, you need advice or whatever, just give me a call, okay? Or shoot me a text. Find me on Instagram. It's, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, man, okay. Oh, no, I'll see you later. Okay, man, okay. Yes.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I live in Austin, and I'll be doing Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. No, you're going to hear the truth. What you are and what I am. Now hear this, Willie. This is me. You want to know why I had no address for 3 months? I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail. I stole myself out of every good job since high school. I could never get anywhere because you blew me so full of hot air that I had to be boss big shot in 2 weeks, and I'm through with it. I ran down 11 flights with a pen in my hand today, and suddenly I stopped. Do you hear me? And in the middle of that office building, do you hear this? I stopped in the middle of that office building and I saw the sky. I saw the things that I love in this world. The work and the food and the time to sit and smoke. And I looked at this pen and I said to myself, what the hell am I grabbing this for? Why am I trying to become something I don't want to be? What am I doing in an office, making a begging, contemptuous fool of myself when all I want is out there, waiting for me, the minute I say I know who I am? Why can't I say that, Willie? I'm a dime a dozen, and so are you. I am not a leader of men, Willie, and neither are you. I'm not bringing home any prizes anymore, and you're going to stop waiting for me to bring them home. Pup. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Can't you understand that? There's no spite in it anymore. I'm just what I am. That's all. Dad, will you let me go, for God's sake? Will you take that phony dream and burn it before something happens?
Hello, I'm Austin Hanna from Austin, reading Falstaff from the second part of Henry IV, In Love with Booze, and Angelo from Measure for Measure, In Love with a Nun. Good faith, this same young, sober-blooded boy doth not love me, nor a man cannot make him laugh. But that's no marvel. He drinks no wine. There's never none of these demure boys come to any proof, for thin drink doth so overcool their blood, and making many fish meals, that they fall into a kind of male green sickness, and then when they marry, they get wenches. They are generally fools and cowards, which some of us should be too, but for inflammation. A good Sherris sack hath a twofold operation in't. It ascends me into the brain, dries me there all the foolish and dull and crudy vapours which environ it, makes it apprehensive, quick, forgative, full of nimble, fiery, and delectable shapes, which, delivered o'er to the voice, the tongue, which is the birth, becomes excellent wit. The second property of your excellent Sherris is the warming of the blood, which before cold and settled left the liver white and pale, which is the badge of pusillanimity and cowardice. But the Sherris warms it, and makes it course from the inwards to the parts extremes. It illumineth the face, which, as a beacon, gives warning to all the rest of this little kingdom, man to arm. And then the vital commoners and inland petty spirits muster me all to their captain, the heart, who, great and puffed up with this retinue, doth any deed of courage, and this valour comes of Sherris, so that skill in the weapon is nothing without sack, for that sets it a work, and learning, a mere hoard of gold kept by a devil, till sack commences it, and sets it in act and use. Hereof comes it that Prince Harry is valiant. For the cold blood which he did naturally inherit of his father, he hath, like lean, sterile, and bare land, manured, husbanded, and tilled with excellent endeavour of drinking good and good store of fertile Sherris, that he's become very hot and valiant. If I had 1,000 sons, the first humane principle I would teach them should be to forswear thin potations, and to addict themselves to sack. And now Angelo. What's this? Is this her fault or mine? The tempter or the tempted? Who sins most, huh? Not she, nor doth she tempt, but it is I that lying by the violet in the sun, do as the carrion does, not as the flower, corrupt with virtuous season? Can it be that modesty may more betray our sense than woman's lightness? Having waste ground enough, shall we desire to raise the sanctuary and pitch our evils there? Oh, fie, fie, fie! What dost thou, or what art thou, Angelo? Dost thou desire her foully for those things that make her good? Oh, let her brother live! Thieves for their robbery have authority when judges steal themselves. What, do I love her, that I desire to hear her speak again and feast upon her eyes? What is't I dream on? Oh, cunning enemy, that to catch a saint with saints dost bait thy hook! Most dangerous is that temptation that doth goad us on to sin in loving virtue. Never could the strumpet, with all her double vigor, art, and nature, once stir my temper. But this virtuous maid subdues me quite. Ever, till now, when men were fond, I smiled and wondered how.
Hello, my name is Bonnie Lambert. I live in Round Rock, and I will be performing a monologue from Julius Caesar. I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. Now, I cannot tell what you or other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be, as live to be in awe of such a thing as myself. I was born as free as Caesar. So were you. We have both fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body if Caesar but carelessly nod on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from their color fly, and that same eye whose bend doth awe the world did lose its luster. I did hear him groan. Aye, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in their books, alas, it cried, "Give me some drink, Titinius." It's a sick girl. Ye gods, it doth amaze me. A man of such feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world, and bear the palm alone. Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we, petty men, walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men, at some times, are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, it's not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar What should be in that, Caesar? Why should his name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, yours says fair a name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy, conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now, in the names of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age, since the great flood, but it was famed with more than with one man? When could they say, till now, that talked of Rome, that her wide walls encompassed but one man? Now is it Rome indeed, and room enough, when there is in it but one only man. Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say, there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome, as easily as a king. Well, I am glad that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus.
Hi, my name is Jessica Brynn Cohen. I live in Austin, Texas, and I will be performing 2 monologues from Neil Simon. The first one is from Brighton Beach Memoirs. Okay, here goes. I'm gonna be in a Broadway show. It's this musical called Abracadabra. This man, Mr. Beckman, he is a producer. He came to our dancing class this afternoon and he picked out 3 girls. We have to be at the Hudson Theater Monday morning at 10 o'clock to audition for the dance director. But on the way out, he tugged me aside and he said that the job was as good as mine. I have to call him tomorrow. And I may have to go into town to talk with him about it. They start rehearsing a week from Monday, and then it goes to Wilmington, Washington, Philadelphia, and then it comes to New York the 2nd week in December. There are 9 big musical numbers, and there's going to be this big tank on stage that you can see through. And the grand finale all takes place with the entire cast all underwater. I mean, can you believe it? I'm going to be in a Broadway show, Mama! Now I'll be doing a monologue from I Ought to Be in Pictures. Confidence? I'm scared from the minute I wake up every morning. Of everything. Get up an hour before you just to check if you're still there. I know Grandma's dead. No, she probably can't hear me. But I speak to her every day anyway. Because I'm not so sure anyone else is listening. If I have to go out for an interview, my heart starts pounding so much that you can see it coming through my blouse. And the thing about writing my name on the ballet stumps wasn't my idea. It was Gordon's. He did it first, so I just copied him. Do you want to know the God's honest truth? I don't want to be an actress. I don't know a thing about acting. I don't know what I want to be. I just wanted to come down here so I could see you. I wanted to know what you were like. I wanted to know why I was so frightened every time a boy wanted to reach out and touch me. I just wanted someone in the family to hold me because it was me, Libby. Not someone else who wasn't there.
Greetings, Demetrius. Swipe left, swipe left. Ew, no, no. No, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lie, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do. As a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Lysander?
I'm Meredith O'Brien. I am going to do two pieces, one from The Winter's Tale and the other from Twilight Los Angeles. Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor. I do give lost, for I do fear it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body from him, I am barred like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast the innocent milk in its most innocent mouth, haled out to murder. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet with immodest hatred, the childbed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here to this place in the open air before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive that I would fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet, hear this. No, life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free, if I should be condemned upon surmises, all proofs sleeping else. But what your jealousies awake, I tell you, 'tis rigor, and not law. So everybody was like, the things they was taking, it was like a carnival. And I said to my friend Francis, it's getting worse. And then somebody throw a bottle, and I felt like moist, like a tingling sensation, like itching. And I say, Francis, I'm bleeding. And she say, lift up your gown, let me see. And then she say, Elvira, that's a bullet. She said, you sit down and let me call St. Francis Hospital and tell them that you've been shot and send ambulance. And then she say, why has they got to shoot you? So Frances, she tell me that the ambulance gonna be here in 15, 20 minutes. And I say, Frances, I cannot wait that I'm gone. So I go upstairs and I say to my oldest son, Amant, you take care of your brothers. I'll be right back. And I get in the car. And Frances, she come to me and she say, what you doing? And I say, I'm driving. And she say, no, you're not. And she get in. And she was so supportive. She say to me, you all right? You feel cold? You feel dizzy? She say, the baby moves. She say, you feel nervous? I say, no, I don't feel nervous. I just worry about this baby. And she say, Elvira, everything gonna be all right. Just pray. Nella, no. No. She like company. So finally, we get to the hospital, and Frances, she go to the front desk office, and she say she been shot, and everybody stopped doing what they was doing, and they take me to the room, and they put the monitor, and we hear the baby heartbeat, and when I hear that baby heartbeat, I know everything gonna be all right. But then the doctor, he say to me, Elvira, we don't know how deep is the bullet. We're gonna operate, but since we're gonna operate on you, we're gonna take that baby out. And that way you don't have to go through all that. And he say, you understand what I'm saying? I said, yeah. He said, okay, sign here. And the next thing I know, the doctor say to me, Elvira, do you have a 6 pounds, 12 ounces little girl? But he say that the bullet, it go in her elbow between two joints. And the operation is going to be fine, but he say that the bullet, it destroyed la placenta, and it went through me, and she caught in her arm. And if she no caught in her arm, her and me, we both be dead. So, I just saying, open your eyes. Watch what's going on.
Moses Kutz. This is from Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Big Daddy first talking to Big Mama and then to Brick. I'll talk like I want to on my birthday. Any other goddamn day of the year. Anybody here don't like it knows what they can do. I put up with a whole lot of crap round here because I thought I was dying. And you thought I was dying. You started taking over. Well, you can just stop taking over now because I'm not going to die. You can just stop now this business of taking over because you are not taking over because I'm not dying. 3 years now, you've been gradually taking over. Bossing, talking, sashaying your fat old body around this place I made. I made this place. Did it all myself with no goddamn help from you. And now, you think you're just about to take over? Well, I am just about to tell you, you are not just about to take over. You are not just about to take over a goddamn thing. Is that clear to you, Ida? Is that very plain to you now? Is that understood completely? I've been through the laboratory from A to Z. I had the goddamn exploratory operation, and there's nothing wrong with me but a spastic colon. Made spastic, I guess, by disgust. By all the goddamn lies and liars that I have had to put up with, and all the goddamn hypocrisy that I have lived with these 40 years we've been living together. Ida, blow out the candles on the birthday cake. Puss up your lips, draw a deep breath, and blow out the goddamn candles on the cake. Later, talking to his son, Breck. What do you know about this mendacity thing? Hell, I could write a book on it. You know that? I could write a book on it and still not cover the subject. Well, I could write a goddamn book on it and still not cover the subject anywhere near enough. Oh, think of all the lies that I got to put up with. Pretenses. Ain't that mendacity? Having to pretend stuff you don't think or feel or have any idea of. Having, for instance, to act like I care for Big Mama. Oh, I haven't been able to stand the sight, sound, or smell of that woman for 40 years now. Oh, crap. You, I do like, for some reason. Always did have some kind of real feeling for. Affection. Respect. Always. You, and being a success as a planter, all I ever had any devotion to in my whole life, and that's the truth. Don't know why, but it is. I've lived with mendacity. Why can't you live with it? Hell, you gotta live with it. There's nothing else to live with except mendacity. Is there?
Hi, my name is Zach Barrett, and I will be performing 3 Shakespeare speeches. The first is Edmund from King Lear, the second is Gratiano from The Merchant of Venice, and the third is Prince Hal from Henry IV, Part 1. Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom, and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why, bastard? Wherefore base, when my dimensions are as well compact, my mind is generous, and my shape is true as honest madam's issue? Why brand they us with baseness? Bastardy, base who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creating a whole tribe of fops got tween asleep and wake. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now, God, stand up for bastards. Let me play the fool. With mirth and laughter let old wrinkles come, and let my liver rather eat with wine than my heart cool with mortifying groans. Oh, why should a man whose blood is still warm within sit like his grandsire, cutting alabaster, sleep when he wakes, and creep into the jaundice by being peevish? I'll tell thee what, Antonio.
I love thee, and 'tis my love that speaks. There are a sort of men whose visages do cream and mantle, like a standing pond, and do a wilful stillness entertain, with a purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, profound conceit, as who should say, I am Sir Oracle, and when I ope my lips, let no dog bark. Oh, my Antonio, I do know of these, that therefore are only reputed wise for saying nothing, when I am very sure, if they should speak, would damn those ears, which hearing them would call their brothers fools. I'll tell thee more of this another time, but fish not with this melancholy bait, for this fool gudgeon this opinion. Fare ye well a while, I'll end my exhortation after dinner. Do not think so, you shall not find it so. And God forgive them that so much have swayed your majesty's good thoughts away from me. I will redeem all this on Percy's head, and in the closing of some glorious day be bold to tell you that I am your son, when I will wear a garment all of blood and stain my favors in a bloody mask which washed away shall scour my shame with it. And that shall be the day, whene'er it lights, that this same child of honor and renown, this gallant Hotspur, this all-praised knight, and your unthought-of Harry chance to meet. For every honor sitting on his helm, would they were multitudes, and on my head my shames redoubled. For the time will come that I will make this northern youth exchange his glorious deeds for my indignities. Percy is but my factor, good my lord, to engross up glorious deeds on my behalf, and I will call him to so strict account that he shall render every glory up, yea, even the slightest worship of his time, or I will tear the reckoning from his heart. This, in the name of God, I promise here, the which, if he be pleased, I shall perform. I do beseech your majesty may salve the long-grown wounds of my intemperance. If not, the end of life cancels all bonds, and I will die 100,000 deaths ere break the smallest parcel of this vow.
Hi, my name's Andrew C. Fisher, and I live in Austin. I'll be doing my own piece, and it's a character named Roy. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you giving me a little time. Thank y'all for listening. My name's Roy. Some of y'all know me as the crossing guard down at the elementary. Go Bobcats! Oh, is that right? That's just a high school, huh? I didn't, because it's more than one. Okay, yeah. What's that, Bill? Okay, yes, sir. So some of y'all know me as down at the elementary. Some of y'all know me as a handyman. I see Linda. Hey, Linda. Point is, I'm all over the place, and I think of y'all as family. And that's what made me so sad about that last city council meeting that we had. Because, that was, I'm not squeamish about fights growing up in my mama's house, but that last meeting felt like Thanksgiving in Baytown. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. How much more time? 2 more? Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. What I really came up here to say to y'all is, number one, I'm sorry for my part in it. And I want to personally apologize to Trevor. Trevor, you could dress however you like. It don't matter. I don't know why I said that. And Noah, it's who cares that you can't hit the baseball? You know, like, do I want you on my team? Maybe not, but it don't matter. I mean, we're all just trying to play the game. And Dave, I don't think you're a communist. Even if I did, you know, I don't think it actually matters. And hold on now, folks. That's part of what I'm up here for too. Because I think we really need to focus more on our similarities than our differences. I had an experience this past weekend. I went out to the creek with JB, and we ate psychedelic mushrooms. And I'll tell you, one more, right? Just give me. I'll tell you what. It was an eye-opening experience. I just saw that we're all connected. It's all one thing. I'm the same as Trevor, Noah, Dave. They might have different lifestyles than me, but we all got the same beating heart. We're all part of the same human family. We're all one organism on this beautiful planet that's rotating around the sun. Yeah. So I got rid of all my social medias, and I think you should too. And if anybody's interested, we're going down to the creek again this weekend to eat some more magic mushrooms. Okay. Linda, yeah, you got it. You got my number. You just text me. All right. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Austin Hanna from Austin, reading something I wrote a couple years ago about nature and family. I love the idea of making memories with you and hanging them all over the walls of this house. Everything's so new here. It is such a getaway. We're far away from the construction outside your apartment. There are so many trees in the backyard that it feels like a forest. We've seen falcons and deer already, and those precious blue damselflies that bob and swing in the air, reminding us that gases are fluid too. Being in a new space makes me think of other spaces I've known, and how familiarity and experience molded them into places, and occasionally homes. The first time we pulled into this house, down the steep descent of the driveway, I recalled a small wood cabin in Colorado. Out back, a creek flows. Upstream, paint cracks on an old bridge, stretching its boards across the bank. Two pairs of brothers lodge, Cameron and Austin, David and Ron. You met David Daniel, my granddad. Cameron's middle name is Daniel. Jackson's is David, after him. Ron's my granddad's older brother. And we never spent much time with Mama's side of the family growing up, beyond our grandparents, but this was our chance to become acquainted. Ron, in my memory, looks old, haggard, wizened, and thin. He looks like a rat in glasses, with whiskers protruding from implausible angles. He looks like whoever made him spent so much time on the bones that muscle and skin were afterthoughts. Slap on some tendons and ligaments, he'll hold. He's tall, and opening the screen door stoops under the threshold. He brings his cappuccino maker to Colorado, and we hear it hiss every morning. We all drink together from stout porcelain mugs, and I like the way my honey reclines on the foam when I pour it in thin diagonals. You licked up some Colorado honey a minute ago. Honey doesn't go bad. They find it in Egyptian tombs. But it had congealed into a sweet paste. I'm glad you tried it. We gather logs at the base of a tree trunk one evening. Cameron and I are excited to hold the axe. We take turns. Together we'll split enough for our fire and be ready for night. I go first because I'm oldest, but I don't get it perfect on my first swing. I raise the blade up above my head and pull it down. A glancing blow knocks off a chip of wood and launches the log in the other direction. Cameron tries. His arms are longer. His aim is true, but he doesn't use enough force. The axe, like us, lodges in the wood. We tug the blade out and compare notes, learning from each other. You gotta plan out the arc beforehand. Put the head on the block where it needs to go and work backwards. Go slowly a couple times and feel the way your hands shift on the handle. And once you've got it right, don't hold back. Don't fantasize about the blade in the air and think about how cool you look. Trust yourself. Perfecting the motion satisfies us. Our sweat isn't tired when all the work's done. That night was chill, and the wood was glad to burn. The four of us, we brothers, gazed into the flames, mesmerized. Sparks of blue and green mingled with red and yellow till white and gray and black took over as entropy dimed, leaving crumbs of ash on the ground, belching them into the night air. Even after the flames were gone, the fire wasn't dead. Warmth glowed inside the logs and made a mosaic of the wood, waking, sleeping, living, dying with the shifting, fading heat. I didn't know Ron was dying. Becoming acquainted was saying goodbye, but we ate our sandwiches with those thick slices of tomato like we could eat 1,000,000 of them. Could go on eating till we were full, till the end of time. I didn't see Ron again after we drove away from that cabin. We didn't realize that our sandwiches and cappuccinos were really bread and wine. Take, eat. This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Drink. This is my blood, which is given for you. Do this as often as you drink it, in remembrance of me. Who knew cappuccinos could be holy? Perhaps I should have known. Amen.
Hello, my name is Bonnie Lambert. I live in Round Rock, and I will be performing an original work. Okay, I just wanted to say a couple of things, and then I will be out of your hair. Promise. We both know I'm not going to get this job, right? Oh, sure, you have a couple more interviews to do this week, but let's just be two human beings for a second and admit that we both know the second I walked out of here, you were going to toss my resume into the trash and never think about me again, right? And that's fine. I know it may not seem like it's fine because but it's actually fine. I wanted to say, my girlfriend works a few blocks down. You might have seen her. Big curly hair, always wears blue. It's her favorite color. I don't get noticed a lot, so me and her, it was new. And I'm not good at that sort of thing, but she was pretty and nice, and for her, I was willing to try. And then one morning, she was getting ready for work, and I was making coffee, and she said she didn't think we should see each other anymore. It's not you, it's me, she said, but as I handed her her blue travel mug, she had this look on her face. I wanted to say, there's a reason I put on my application that you can't call my last boss. Things ended weird. She was so cool. She had this fancy briefcase, probably cost $500. She could walk into a room, leather attaché case over one shoulder, and just command the space. I never had that kind of authority. I was an assistant. One day, they had Assistant Appreciation Day, and I was at the little party they threw for us in the break room, and my boss came up to me with a gift basket and gave me my 2 weeks notice. Layoffs. Nobody's fault, but she did have this look on her face. I wanted to say, my sister is the best person I know. Smart, funny, talented. I was never as good at volleyball or singing or got as good of grades, but she was my best friend, so it didn't matter. We did everything together. And college happens, and life happens, and we saw each other for holidays, but different towns, you know? Recently, we finally got around to meeting up for lunch, and she told me that she had really been getting into meditation lately, and she said that she had a class later that day. And I asked if I could come. And she had this look on her face. And then she said yes, so we went. She hasn't texted me since. You don't care, but I thought I had gotten over all that, you know? So your girlfriend is now your ex-girlfriend, and you got fired, and your sister is sick of you. Happens. I just thought that I had said everything I wanted to say to them. And then you come in with your blue travel mug and your leather attaché case and your love of meditation, and you have this look on your face the entire interview, and now, actually, you're doing it again right now. And what I wanted to say is that I think you look like the ghost of a lot of people I've tried really hard to impress. And I wanted to say that I think that look is pity. And I wanted to say, keep it. I don't need you to feel sorry for me. I'm gonna be just fine. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Jessica Brynn Cohen. I live in Austin, Texas, and I will be performing 2 original monologues. Hey, Charlie. You might kind of be wondering why I asked you to meet me here behind a Dunkin' Donuts. They have good smoothies. Alright, I'm about to say something, and I hope you don't, die when I do. Remember the day we first met? We were in the park, and you were sitting on a bench by yourself, looking like you had just lost your job as a painter during the Great Depression. Being this weird creature that I am, I decided to sit next to you. We became like best friends. I've kind of started feeling weird about life, I guess. So let me cut to the chase. I like you. Like you. I've been feeling this way for a year, I think. When we made that movie about how the moon isn't actually made of Gouda cheese, I looked at you, but I didn't in a creepy way. Well, I mean, details don't matter. And you looked at me. I kind of felt this connection between us, I guess. I don't know what to do now. You could A, kill me, B, stop being friends with me, or C, embrace this. And, lean into it. I don't know. Usually people run the other way when I see them, so I'm not used to this. If you don't want to, do that, then I get it. You can, totally make a movie about how they burned down an orphanage or whatever. You might as well add Annie and Mom to it if you do. I mean, it's already a hard knock life for them. So, what do you think? Are you serious? Oh my god! You had a crush on me too? Oh, this is the best day of my life! In your face, Kardashians! This is probably why no one likes me. You know what? Let's plan our honeymoon. I vote for Idaho. Yeah, it's probably too soon. Now my second monologue. What the? are you here? You, of all people, who dare to show up here. You know, she was the only one left. She was my only hope. I was her only hope. But now she's gone because of you. She was dying. Okay, I know she was dying. She didn't have more than a few years left, but she could have seen me graduate, and she could have seen me turn 18. All these milestones ripped away. You used to be my friend, you know, every Christmas, birthday party, Halloween. You were there. Until you became angry and mean and toxic. That's why I had to leave. God, I'm so glad I did. Because you don't deserve me. You don't deserve friends or family or anything good in your life. You deserve misery and suffering and pain because, you know, that's what you put her through with those drugs. She wanted to live and be strong for me. Don't act so innocent. She wasn't suicidal. I know she wasn't. Not my mother. Look, I don't know where you got those drugs. I don't know who gave them to you or why. I literally don't even know why she took them. But you knew that they'd kill her. Not quick and painless, no, but slow and dragged on. Every day was torture for the both of us. It wasn't her who was yelling or screaming or breaking glasses. It was the drugs. It was the pills. It was you. Now you show up here and pretend to pay your respects to the two lives that you stole. Me and my mom's. I'm an orphan now, you know. You're a murderer. God, I hope the police find some evidence and arrest you. But either way, you better suffer for the rest of your goddamn life. She did. I will. So will you. You better.
So I am 5 months pregnant, and 3 of the 5 months I have been in quarantine. And I lost my job due to the pandemic, and my husband is working from home, and it has been terrible. It's been awful. We aren't getting along. We can't connect. I just feel like I'm growing this baby by myself, with no support. So my husband really wants a boy, and I've been going to these appointments by myself because of the pandemic. And so I went to the gender sonogram appointment about a month ago, and came home, and I told him, you know, it's a boy. But it's not a boy, it's a girl. And I panicked. I wanted something good. You know, I wanted him to be happy. I wanted to share a moment of joy with him. It's just been so hard here. And I wanted us to just have a moment, you know. But it's been a month. It's gotten out of hand. Like, our family all thinks it's a boy, and I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But it's kind of special, you know, that I just have a secret with her. You know, only we know.
I'm Meredith O'Brien, and I am from Austin, Texas. You won't believe, Mom, what Dad had me do, where he had me go. An old folks commune. That's what this place looked like when I showed up that summer. You had just died and I couldn't cope. I'm 23 years old and Dad tells me about this place he'd been going for years, says he thinks I should give it a try. You had always called it Jerry Judd's Funny Farm. No clue what went on there, but when Dad came home, he would always hug us more, even kiss us some. So I show up to this retreat-looking place, big sign at the entrance, Shalom Mountain, and the main lodge, Ma, it looks like Martha Stewart would live there. Big screen porch, vegetables growing on the side yard. So the first morning, where we all get up at the crack of dawn, about 30 of us, all different ages, but I was definitely the youngest by 80 years or so, I don't know. But then we're out in the middle of this field, in the middle of nowhere, and the leader, Jerry Judd, he says to us, okay, folks, time for yoga. Mom, this guy was a kabillion years old. I'd never seen anybody who was so old or so tall or so thin. It was like I had dropped into some whacked out intellectual over-the-hill hippy-dippy commune and we're doing yoga in the middle of this expansive green meadow. So I start doing some totally made up poses. I have no idea what I'm doing. And Jerry Judd is leading us through all these bendy Gumby movements. And I look around and people are taking off their windbreakers and warm-up jackets. And Mom, I look away for a second, look back, and bam, there is some Jungian analyst over there, stripped down to her bra and underwear, and there's some nuclear physicist looking guy in his cotton boxers. What the hell? So I'm still doing the mountain pose and the sun worship thing, and the next thing I know, I realize I am the only one still wearing clothing. It is naked yoga, Mom, in upstate New York. And it is chilly. This is the mountains. This is New England. It's not like they took the clothes off for comfort. And so I am freezing, but I take off my sweatshirt and my sweatpants, and pretty soon I am out there with everybody doing the downward dog naked. Thank God I'm in back. And Jerry says to us, okay, folks, time now to cavort with nature. Hop, jump, squeeze the trees, stroke the lilies. What the actual fuck? Naked, Mom, ugly, decrepit, wrinkly, saggy, old, ancient people, old school academics, most of them from the look of it, but how did I know they're naked? But they did have that tweedy look, even with no clothes on. So I'm jumping around along with everybody and I'm touching the leaves and smelling the flowers, and Jerry is over there saying, deep breaths, feel the love, commune, people, commune. Somehow it's over, Mom, it ends. And we're all back up at the Martha Stewart Lodge eating breakfast. I'm back in my Middlebury sweatshirt and sweatpants. But can you believe it? Some people are still naked, eating eggs, eating sausages. This retreat did not help me get over your death. It taught me a lot about Dad, a quiet and gentle congregational minister who had apparently been getting in touch with his chakra, all of them, on a regular summertime basis. And like with so many things in my life, Mom, this retreat taught me that sometimes you just gotta jump off the cliff and do things even if you are scared or uncomfortable or unsure. It's funny what we remember. I'm probably older now than most of those people were at that time. I'm older than you were when you died. But right now, what I remember more than anything is the day I was required to identify your body only 2 weeks before showing up at that commune. How that white rubber cloth was pulled back, how white your body was, how naked you were, and how completely exposed I was as I gazed down at you. Naked as a newborn baby, fresh from a mother's womb, totally without defenses, nerves clenched at my throat and the corner of my eyes. And how that word naked would live at the tip of my thoughts for the rest of my life. How that word means so much more than without clothing.
I'm Moses Kutz. This man, this Vladimir V, he was greatest Tsar in Russian history. He became Tsar at a time of great disillusionment and despair of Russian people. Our empire had fallen, our leaders had become weak, and our greatest enemy had triumphed over us. He made himself savior of our people. He reversed our fall into decadence and democracy, seizing power for himself and making Russia great again. Oh, but he did more than that. He brought law and order and discipline back to Russian people, and he took on our greatest enemy, the most powerful empire the world has ever known. And through cunning and stealth and propaganda, he infiltrated their political system and placed his carefully cultivated minion upon the enemy's imperial throne. We should call him Vladimir the Great. But that title is already taken. Vladimir the First is called Vladimir the Great. Now Vladimir the Fourth, he was also great, but he is called Vladimir the Red. When he seized power, he did so with a small coterie of fanatical followers, just a few people, but they called themselves Bolshevik, the big party. That is the kind of audacity and bravado a Tsar must have. And Vladimir V, he was the greatest of them all. But like Vladimir the Great, he restored Russian power. Like Vladimir the Red, he brought order out of chaos. And like all of his greatest predecessors, he was a glorious tyrant who made Russian people his proud and willing slaves. I am proud to say I was loyal subject of Vladimir V. Well, not always. In younger days, I believed in democracy and capitalism. When our empire fell, I looked forward to Russia becoming more like the nations of Western Europe. I dreamed one day life in Russia would look like Hollywood movie. Those were foolish dreams. And I paid for them. Democracy is weak political system. It lasted for a while in America only because American people are undisciplined, mongrel race of people, and when it fell in America, it fell because the superior Russian people, led by our unscrupulous Tsar Vladimir V, undermined their pathetic pretensions and set the world right. Today, there is an absolute ruler telling American people what to think and what to do. And like her father before her, she owes all of her power and allegiance to the Tsar of all the Russians.
Hi, my name is Zach Barrett, and I will be performing 2 monologues I wrote myself. I wish I could cover you with my body and protect you from everything. I wish I could take all of this and give it to you to use like a shield. But the world already came for you, and you survived. You don't need me, or my touch, or my protection, and yet I still reach out. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's not to protect, but to shelter myself in your protection. Because to me, you're strong and whole and truthfully yourself, and what am I? I could never be what you are, a fixture that faces the elements and doesn't hide but stands tall and proud, lovely and resolute, like a single tree on a lonely hilltop. And that's not to say there won't be days when the wind blows and the tears fall in a storm that feels like it'll never end. And what? You think that because you bend and because the world can see the storm affects you, it makes you any less strong, less brave, less you? Come on. Let it rain. Let it come down. Today it pours, tomorrow the sun still shines, even brighter than before. And I'll rest in your shade until the day I grow alongside you. Hey, Leo, Jessica, Martin, man, haven't seen you in forever. How's it hanging? Still recovering from the weekend? Oh yeah, no, congrats on the sobriety. Cool. I was actually talking with my brother-in-law this weekend. And go ahead. This is your show, as they say. Oh, you're, letting me go. Cool. No, that's fine. It's business, right? But it's not just me, is it? I know I haven't been hitting my numbers, but, I'm trying. At least tell me what I did wrong. Understand what we do here? What are you talking about? Of course I know what we do here. I went to business school. Come on. Let's pivot here for a second, guys. Because I was talking with my brother-in-law this weekend, and he was telling me he wanted to bring in his company as a client. Come on, this would be a huge get. I'm talking millions of dollars. You know what? Let me call him. I'll get him on the phone, and I'll close this deal right here, right now. You'll see. I'm a killer on the phone, real pro. Watch. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street. Have you seen it? The one with Leo? He's like, yeah, show me this pen. Like, oh, hey, Grant, it's Jay. Yeah, hey. I was just giving you a ring here. I wanted to touch base, and I know this is a quick turnaround, but I wanted to circle back to that conversation we were having this weekend, where you were telling me you could use some data cleaning, optimize the IT infrastructure. And yeah, I'm sitting with the boss man right now, and I think we could help you out, even give you the old family discount. Yeah, man. Oh, security, yeah. No, we, as you know, keep all of our proprietary data and methodologies secure on the blockchain. Yep, the blockchain. We use it to secure those transactions and workflows so that collaboration can easily happen across different channels. But, enough about the nitty-gritty. Let's leave that to the Geek Squad. How about you and me mix business and family? Oh, well, why don't... Yeah, that's fine. No, don't worry about it, man. I'll call you later, okay? Alright, bye. Yeah, great news! Send that information over, all of my people, talk to your people, it's a deal. Yeah, no, bye. Woo, yeah, no, it would be pretty awkward to fire me now after I just closed that huge deal. No, you just saw me. I closed the deal. There's nothing to worry about. You can't fire me. Oh, you're sorry. That's it then. Just a pat in the back and close the door on the way out. God, look at you. You live for this, don't you? To put down the heel of your boot on the American worker's neck. Well, you know what? This worker is worth something, and this neck isn't about to be stepped upon. You know what? I quit. I don't need this job for this company that doesn't do anything. Look around. What do we do? All I do is talk to people all day. Bullshit to you, bullshit to them, bullshit on the phone, bullshit on email, Slack, bullshit, beep, telegramming, bullshit. And suddenly there's millions of dollars flying around and I don't see a cent, and you're taking a 2-hour lunch and I still have credit card debt. Well, fuck this. Fuck you.
Thank you.